My never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
You are most welcome to PENDREAM TV, the only channel that brings you the best and latest updates in politics. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for more updates, like and also share to other members to watch as well. You can also leave a comment after watching or send us a voice note on our WhatsApp number, which is 0277 128 777, showing on your screen as well. I would like you to join me listening to what transpired today between Minka, Kwame Minka of SYZ and some of the officials in government or in position. He also included the Oyerepa journalist or the host of Oyerepa morning show for giving a platform to Jumah to issue a threat, which is said is very sad for a journalist or a host to entertain such people on their show. He also featured Kwame Japan for saying something that is not needed. And what Kwame Japan said was about the NDC fueling this demonstration, or which he think NDC is behind this demonstration going ahead just to win political power. But Kwame Minka said if this is what he said, then he pity him, because he have seen that a lot of the high brain people have sold their brain for political gains, which I would like you to join me listening to it into detail. Thank you.
Asabden sam de biaba na ho common ye ba be diero eno anadwe ohwa na kingren na dem wireless messages. They are now asking some individuals they claim are Togolese and other nationals, galamseyers, to come to public and claim they were hired by NDC to come and do galamsey in Ghana. You will soon see videos specifically from the eastern region. Eti epoya mantamono enkofo na mu ni omuhia amabo mu pa so mu mra bonten ensada maye omu se omu free Togo na NDC for na small mo so mu nkwagu eye enwura mu woni nsuo no so enye garamse no se yache mo dadadada yani se mo bonkofo bi pa so mu mra bonten be kasa ansem no and you see adie bi a MPP yes abrei wa bra ye koto aba no o ma hyeda hye o munim se amamuo no o ma mbebu ni ye o munim se o ma diga ne hwamo o munim se empuntuo na wo mo ne Ghana ko ho apam no o ma mfa mre Ghana o munim se o ma bese ye sikasem o munim se o mo de eka abeto o man Ghana so o munim se o ma hyeda tu eka menam e de Ghana kwosem o munim se enam o mammamuo ni o musika asem ntoto ya entwa ye a agire guo nti sabre o man Ghana wadwaman so ye mpaye ni mahwe empo ni aboya bosia o munim se free assets ya wo mu hye hu boyi o ma anya ni ye o ma anya ne sede no musika no enye de o mu kan ye no enu ni ehuni o munim o hawa wodu a wo mu de abra awofo wo mu de abra nkwada no obunim said you must say yesuku anase educational system no wo man Ghana make us for baumia ne akufuado eti sabre dia to omo ene jandam adwuma nhwehye yempa nkofo bi pa yense dan kanse mingum eti so bi man homne so na wo ye bibi na sa de kro na wo ye no eye kroje party sambia entejira ho ano mu dibirika no ma pampati atade e de ahye no sede be ya enkofo hunu no kura won asem mu ba nyame ncha de se Ghana fo nyina ni tua oseya ɛyɛ MPP for asɛ man no eto mo yɛ kura mpo a Ghana for ehunu said you mo yɛ no kura yɛ bibi papa in fact ebufuo no mom ɛna kɔ ɔmo so na no ɔmo yɛ ɔmo hyehyɛ adwuma a ɔmo ka sɛ oh party for them sɛ mo ne amanfo hyɛ mo nhyɛ da ɛnka ngum sɛ ɛyɛ NDC for ɛna ama galamsey ne so and I came for the life in me imagine obi te sɛ Kwame Japan no so obi a bɛkasa rough obi a de galamsey nkɔmɔ no ebedi agura not an environmentalist not an architecture and as a contractor bi te sɛ Kwame Japan not a building contractor te sɛ Kwame Japan not such an honorable man to say Kwame Japan. Now no Kwame Japan kwatena Bernard Avle nim. One become yentia. Eye NDC. And ama galamsey nsem so. Eye NDC. And abonko for pa. Na galamsey enye ne baye efiri nkruma penso. Question ne say what penso beto ye no e de na ye fa ho. That is a conversation. And koma ye die and say sabre ya wa benfie nwatwinie ensuo ye ani ahono potoyi ye ni said ye na ye ensuo na hodo sitie in 2016 ye ni said ye na si ye clear eye dan na ani ahono eye dan e ba ne sei adansidi ahodo amanfo e de abetutu dwa e de for say ya galamsey de abra ye e de no ma ya fa ho. That is the conversation. And come on, ye disabre ya labor unions and ya bring one. What we say on the 10th of October, o meti went piano. And come on in here. Bernard so when him say, Ebema, a month when ye basso, so man ye be no. Now Becca, and no man do no ma sign dada no. Ebema ye dain dia momo was sabre ya got to a barrel. What was then ye, yes, ye mamma man send me swa, a bit brim bram so. Now dear bako my ye. Time. Any who cries will be a fossil. I am Maxwell Cofiguma. You're no quiet with TV swallow. Mammy says in free war. Maxwell Cofiguma no. What says so your politics? What says say, you did to me, dear. I would want action in several. When you know baby and ye be beer, and then for Sudia be a bro biao. Now we are so quack. Now we are member of parliament. And I'm more than one name, Shani. And they said you're not one member sit here. And they said, you know, penny yo, and see ya at the ginger binti. Obane betu. Rosalinda, and the betu, every asokwa. Rosalinda, Kroya, Eba J, where Jumah through some, Ewo Kumase Metropolitan Assembly. Rosalinda Kroya, Patricia Piajas and Namike. Eti Bema Katechia to say, a year Maxo Kofi Juma. Said ya were Juman Swani, said ya were modern more en Kayeno. And until that there be a baby could be a noba, I Jeffrey them. A memory by a good father, a memory by said do baby now usu. So what you say, your mouth post in be. And do baby cry now cry ye, what can no man tia a kufado. Ya de and sasso share, eduman ye the mouth pat, no one was sir. Says I it is all about you, the obedi, and no quan here. Basi ye bibi. Na yempe bibi nto emenchiri mano eno nyade ehia eti so you can never expect obi to say Maxwell Kofi Juma so beti galamsey no ni nsusu aso a enya a benya ewo nchiri maso. Don't expect that from him. May expect some Maxwell Kofi Juma ebeti nkomo ya ye die edi afa galamsey you as a want as ye da. Maxwell Kofi Juma is all about himself. We dey enka ye ho. Now we are not young for post. You did post him man. They were no gravel. Say, and Sasso Shani, dear mano. Move for post, can see a beer, mammy. Would post some of the mammy and say, member Sasso. Now we're July. And then at Jumah 4, essay, galamsey in Susan and 20. Yeah, Baba hot striker. Whoa, the temerity. Whoa, Baba bonk of 40 and 3. Say, what would him? I would give hawk. I'll bear what Jane say. Over strike ni bino ube yoni akwanadi no labor laws no wakan krada Maxwell Kofi Juma what be enwuma mu akan labor laws ni da what yase mpo what yase me yase me sa adaje e won ho be edika e wose meka said be ya manfo ebenya hunumu ane ntiase de afa ni pabanya Maxwell Kofi Juma ye Would you yentie no brand or Oyerepa TV? And now what yes and what one. Yentie in some more kind.
You are insulting me. Said you are for Muti. Would open my Jumah.
It's a public sector. Are you threatening?
No, would open my Jumah.
The managing director for
They say would open my Jumah.
Obi a Giok no say organized labor see Yankwa. Obi a
Kwame me unity.
Hey, Kofi Jumah.
Maybe you me tie kano. Would you pack up?
Obi a Jumah Giok say organized labor see Yankwa.
Yes.
Okwa obi unity.
Where you bigi? Come what could you pay?
Are they not part of organized labor?
You need labor laws or Ghana.
Your labor laws.
Yes. So I say. Won't me man and Kasa will strike because case can buy it. What has it got to do with Gihok?
It's a national concern.
National concern, let it be national concern. But no Gihok concern.
The Gihok is a government institution or?
No.
I mind you, Minka.
A Ghana for a Jumah. Yes, and there are rules. Into a bit to ho. Now, one ye, none the coin ya. No, sorry, I know, or Barbie kickers, and some one almost immediate tree. No, Paco. No more crowd of go home, we see a time. Because then you have a good job.
Hey, and the Obi won't use your mess of organized labor contract. And as a subset of brothers, and Indians I didn't know.
Messiahs are for me, that can be a minimum be a fiasem. Maybe fiasem.
Hey, you have a good video.
And I feel sad for that journalist. I say, well, can I was when you answer some more, when a very serious issue. Maxo Kofi Jumah Tuga. What you win him, and I was 13 at Jumah 4. And to say the Jumah Makano, you see, I'm tempted to pander the Okano. Say, Nano, no, didn't come and say, and send Jeff on a cry, you knew my Yemono. A toda or Phyllis, you hear reorientation. Was said, you see, Jumano. It was the Amayan people so near my is so no matter than I say, nobody come on. It already come on, no more can say, no, near the Jinga Befem. I would say, not the Abefem. A quantity order was threatened at Jumah 4. No. Wabre Jumah 4 Baba and Bake on almost civil responsibility. Is it not their right to go on strike? So Phyllis said, Bibi Koye, our memoir. Woman is Aquaniano. Others say, Kabi Mami can be a memo now, most say, Yabaho by Numu and your digital minor, says, Yatwatri on. I say, Kabi Mami can be a memo, Yatwatri. Mrs. Masho Kofi Jumah cry yao. Ye palm no free kame. He said, Ye ma a war a ye, Katia, and ye bufo, ne sabe, Johnson Pamano, and the free kame no. Now some the eke. Yentiano, a brana war purpose and no one posa, Yadi Gihok, Eshan and some. Would you tear said and the bussier foo? I was supposed to near the Amano. Would you tear?
Besides, a year Ramas for Kofi Jumah asem TB. Send your my gun a qua, yet to near Moon, say, and sounds so born so no, move to mu, and I say Jafako.
I said, yes, here too.
What to one answer?
Me, I bet you are two, you best are two. And son, dear, and I could you know. You are told, we are your son. On this will be our aspirin, and you can say, you will do adieu. You didn't yapel.
I could share Jumah.
I could share Jumah. Why you be there? What about brave you? Now I said, they may be a couple one more to be ano.
Timotum.
You're two, you're this kind of boy.
And into moon that Ben or more rent, son, and shady music.
Almost every day, they be ever two. Now they would your wagon and your Johnson of no shoe.
Obey demonstration.
Swati. Ye get serious issues so when on the Quatina, Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, a drum pempe sobina, a dreadful Gano, how many Jones or Pamano no. Ye Pamano and your barber sen and name was Santimamus as Atua, a chabibi. Why can ye be ado? I depend in dear, a better on some. Near by you a friend near do a barber say what name no, a chabibi, a chabibi. Maxwell Kofi. The fact say we ye a kufuado. Ase o meboa. Eno no nkyere say. Wo beti tie Ghana for fa hodie so o. When you go for the boy ebusuya and no nkyerɛ sɛ wobɛtumi tietia Ghana for fa hodie and I'm so shocked 24 hours in here and some way pie human rights activists for no more way ma muti labor and some ase no more way so anya one and na de ba besie and labor union no mo ba be ye nhyiamu kese omo se enra aban ni omo hyiaye de aban ka kire omo ene ni omo dwenfa de aban ka kire omo no eno no omo ba be omo de ba be to dwa na me source e ma me sa information no me press na ehwe se nkobe ma me fela ba bibi se ho wa hwa bibi e ba besi enti no ntimi nka ba one ya yede ma labor unions no ene se gadanse ku yi hyase no na mo nka ye ho eye media ene hyase ena civil society ebeka ye ho ebra ye hyase ane ye kasa e dia fa oseya gadanse dia bre Ghana no na sabra no munim na sabra aka eye 90 minutes aye beba aban peprepe a ya pon a mo de mo ho abehye no mo make sure say ba bia mo gina no e ho na mo begina ensema amanfo ka fam ho say ye di sika e hye mo nsam say de be ya mo ba pupumuti say de be ya nea mo de asimoni so no mo begya ato ho no mama ma ne nya no kure Ghana ni damo so Ghana dachi nti ene hwe Ghana mabunu a ye chi wo mu kogu afiase all because wo mu ye kire say gadanse no tuntwa ena wa bra na me hwe Raphael ni video no wo ho ayen fanto screen no so ne hwe Raphael a wo ka democracy abi the video bra na me hwe pa na ni hwa tata me wotum say abrantie no wona adwemu ni sunsun no se wode ne ho beba afode a waye krado so de ne ho beba afode wodwen tirima ho ene achakempo a amafo ye maye ye de gadanse nsuo yi na eyo papa gramoni a wutie mie ensuo no edi akotere wo wosumu o ene ye kobo asu a ensuo a ye de bo asu no eni ho bie o se nsuo no nyina ani ahono ensuo na kane no yesom ensuo na kane no ye kogu hunsa na ye wogidie se sunsum e wo nsuo nim no ebeti aba ye ho ban no ene ye de gadanse apam sunsum ni nyina. This is Raphael wodi atie no na no omokoye ye kire wo gadanse ho ena ne nsagu handcuff mu no ya kye no wo da afiase ya kye no tie no
Sales Bakuma, Sambre, one more car, Eba Sabian Fama, Omuniano, Mimpo, and so and Sandy, one more son, a month for 21, and I had that doing Sales Bakuma, Sambre, one more car, Jenny never Pima, and that woman, some other Pima, no woman seminal, I ever can, woman so at the set, never say, you know, Ghana must twice in a day. Ghana is for us, never eat your food, Ghana is for anybody. We can never eat your food. How the condition like belong to us? 21 people in one room at Abraka. Go and check today.
No. Eti mabunu no di omo ho esi ho. Aba afore labor unions mo de manu abetu nkomo yi mo. Said ye mabunu ejeja omo ho a omo make sure say ebekwa akosi awieye no we are expecting you to do the same. Voma wo etwe wo ni Facebook so okun no ye to akoso mi wo gidie wo Ghana fo mu say ye beto ni akoso ni yako kopem say bibi papa bi be free mu aba. It is not about obia interest o enye obia interest ni yako wo eye Ghana interest etenya nwanwa say manfo wo so mo hwe man yi so yi wo sabre ya ye me man sem so e dia fa garam say yi ho no wo mum na atwa mo ho ene ye ko. Are you not surprised? Does it not shock you? E ma hu ndwiriw say nkofo e wo say wo mo de no ma toto akwa mu na yensuo na ani ahono ne yensase ya asese ene ye kwaye ya asese ye betima pekwan bia ye baba ho ban ne ye bibia fa ho no san nkofo yi mom na atwa mo ho ene amanfo mo srese yenye bibi mfa ho no ko e ma hu nwiriw tie obenfo kwabena Japan na wote Benadavle anim tie nkomo bia woni ni diye and it will shock you Send a man for my be or munima dear and the monyam for be and I'm party 70 or what to my dream. You know.
Now, because there's a lot of sentiment within the public space around the ills of Galamsey. How is that affecting you guys on the field?
It's just a failure of the opposition to campaign. And so now the
opposition?
Of course. If you're a serious opposition who believes that you're going to win an election, you will not be creating or orchestrating chaos in the country.
Oh, so you think that Galamsey is an opposition orchestration?
Let me tell you something.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. Galamsey has been around for a long time. In fact, in 2022, I, as a candidate, said I would support a moratorium on surface mining.
Yeah.
And I said several things. I've never been a supporter of mining, anyway, because I'm an environmentalist. And I do believe that Africa and Ghana, after 100 years of mining, we've just given money to the cartel in Australia, in Canada, in South Africa, and in UK, the laurels of the world. And for anything that we don't benefit from, they give us just a pittance. And they have taken our riches, whether it's in Congo or Ghana or Guinea. So I'm someone who is not in favor of mining.
Generally.
And I even said at the time that I think that if indeed our generation cannot let the people benefit from mining, they will leave the
metal in
at that time. All the people making the noise were they not in this country? So what has changed? There are 60 days to elections. What has changed in the heat of a campaign? In the heat of a campaign, especially in 2020.
So what are you saying?
So Obacha say ye campaign ade bi afa Ghana ho bia ne nkoda ho. Ene ye campaign me entwa wo kai. Ye campaign ade bi afa Ghana ho bia nkoda. Is that what he's saying? Ene sabre ye campaign mama nje to meboa. Sabre ye campaign mama nje to. Sabre ye campaign Ghana mra no mama mane nya adwuma obi anya na ade after all ye campaign. Sana Kwame Japan ka. Kwame Japan na man for the need any obuo ma no and then pedigree any level no owo. Look at this. All in the name of politics. All in the name of me person Baumia na wa born no e be president. Baumia na wa say yesi kasem. Baumia na wa ya hwehan ama Galamsey akoso a abedrum pempenso a say mercury e na ekum nkwada no. All in the name of that. All of a sudden Waba Bonte say a NDC mom na akotena baby. Can you imagine? A two parts say NDC will to me to the sense yet we run labor unions anymore. Emma labor unions et we could see Jinaye say. So Mobabe or Mobabe Tietia. Na a labor unions no kwana gasa. Democracy have for nay. I get the identity of my Ghana yati aba from say. Eye den ye bedu ba bia ye dri wonim Galamsey 170 for atwam otufo say tu opemso wo atwam e wo pra okoyi apaye ho o say ye nti opemso atwam wo pra wo yi apaye na wo yi apaye no wo de ye nhwe said na no ma sitie e bra na wo yi apaye no ene nsem bia wo kafa Galamsey ho ene o say ye de aba wo de enti opemso
Sure, nanano. Yes, you say. Mansia or nanan more woho, but I'm sure no say it what you want to me. Or besides, a Sunjaman am here. My woman am here, as a Korean am here. When you ask Korean, when you any fine. And I dealt to now flags you saw which one to Crum was there. I did, yes, I know. And that's what Bessie Bruce can do soon to Minka. Almost 2 gold milk, I might say the Brem will fear. And also, wow, so 2 chroma Galamsey, where this can be Ukrono, a Benya, wow, they were free. As a baby out here, no, or and now we are Galamsey. So, yes, he can be free Mutia. I don't think what the 21 reporter will be. One report man. All of my money, that's an means you go for 8 to send on a microphone. What free bombata of my money?
O 2 votes said to Yahweh. Of a say ya akoso. Any here a here see a better one among. What about central government? nkɔfoɔ yi a yɛato mo so aba yi a yɛde yɛtuo ne tua mo ka a mo adwuma ne sɛ mobɛhwɛ ama ɔsɛ yɛyi ɛtu atwa. What about you? I don't care whether it's even a day to elections. Some man for issues are for my Ghana who they have every right to do so. Na nyambia simple and anya no kre simple NDC na man seven so NDC for the monka Ghana no. Would ye yamfa say NDC and man seven so NDC for munya Ghana for. So abaya woni hwe woni bibi papa bi edema enkofo no wono ne kasa sei Kwame Japan kasa ma Dr. Mahmoud Baumia o waka ne campaign ho eti adwen na wodan na di no sa adwen kuro ya na Baumia ede bekyekere man. Don't expect Baumia say wo ba be bibi papa bi ede afa gadam sei ho because wo adwen ma ho na aba no yetoma wa ede na wo de yenye man no na de wo de kyekere na ede na wo man ne kyekere mu no gadam sei nka ho gadam sei o say yi enka o man ne kyekere ho enka manfo ahia asem ho eti sankofo raise issues e dia fa gadam say ho a wo ye de koka we kire omo engana for me bomba esa mo hwe mu di nsem we achi empire me bono no say ye nyina ye di nsem na chi na bre no so a ye gina so e dia tu anamo wo tie Jumah hama wo say e ba gadam say na me de da bia me ba meka wo so wo ba ne dia ne say outrightly ban be koso ban no koso wia na fei wo ma o mo wa garam se animu no ya pa akuaku ahodo asa no bo aku ahodo na ya bo ma kwoshishem na ya pa benfo mo umat no ma ba kekakuo no ho no ma chiro mo kwan paso a ya de tu efama gudie na wa bra wa nyina ekoso no na ya ehwe aye yensuo ni ye na ya ehwe na amna ye tutu no ene kwaye na ya se no na ya ehwe asa amna ba ni gira pen papa. This is John Mohammed's plan. Ekufuado ne ba omo plan sabre ye nobody knows. Obi metra me ne plan ye dey. It is a labor union. I say nam so mo hunu mo plan. Omo ko striker. Aye dan na mo bo omo ntre ha. Aye dan e na mo di ahunahuna ene patapa ewura omo mu. Eno aye nkwate a Ghana Medical Association. Obetu the craft ana to screen so Ghana Medical Association. Ayi omo president no aba bonten. Ye dey strike no edani dura ye no ye be solidarize and yes ye no ye be ye nkwa adwuma so ada no ye be ye adwuma by just say ye be dan na di say ye come ho e wo sunsun mu sa krata no no twe na no ansi ana na titafo no so twe krata say ye ntu na de so ye ntie owura Dr. Srebo bra no wakasa asemo wo de tie no.
This directive I must say that GMA had no input. We were not called. I wasn't in the meeting, but I had this critical decision. Hopefully, I was expecting that at least somebody should have picked the phone and give me a call to indicate that it's the decision that we have decided to take. I only saw the notice of the industrial action, just as all of you did see. I decided to ignore it, but then it popped up on our council page. So I said, there is no harm. After all, we all don't like what we say. So if there is an issue that is coming up as far as Galamsey is concerned, we need to address it. So I decided to call each and every individual council member and ask him whether we should join this industrial action or not, or whether we should join this industrial action or not. We have 21 council members, some representing junior doctors, some representing the dental association, some representing the Society of Private Medical and Dental Practitioners. When I finished tallying the results of the opinion of the various council members, 5 people indicated we should join the strike. 1 abstained. 15 said no, we shouldn't join. But that was on Thursday. So I said, look, if we should issue this out right now, we may deflate the momentum that organized labor has gathered. So let's hope and see, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe the issue that will resolve. In holding, before I could say that over the weekend, there was a leak from the council platform indicating to the whole world that we have virtually taken a decision that we're not joining the strike. Since then, there has been a lot of commentaries. Let me take this opportunity to inform all of you that Ghana Medical Association doesn't support galamsey. We think that there are pragmatic ways of dealing with it. There is no way I can plunge this association into a strike with no end in sight, because the strike that organized labor is declaring is indefinite. Again, 3 weeks from today, we have our annual general conference. You are in the conference as medical superintendents today. If I declare a strike, and even though council has said no, I'm sure all of you have to run back to your various facilities to go and quench the fire that will be erupting there.
So it's blackmailing be and cost. You see, strike, you know, any the mobile, you know, yes, a woman said the or yow at tete and which they be back. But or yow near tete ne basabrino. What it to talk or yow near tete a free strike ni mu ebebano. What it to say ya e koso sabre ya. Enya grobi ni edio. Enya grobi eni edi. Dr. Siribo Frank Siribo ya eba abonten be ka say mercury ni sa no na egugu ye nsuom no e de how ebre ya pomoden wono ana no e no de kae. Eti enede na asesa. Wo de kire say strike no e indefinite. Akaka kria bi ye be cancel meeting. Na me de kotu dwa ebuso mo say organized labor strike no yanka hu bia na mumu dodo na abedan na di se da bi na wow conference ya na ekoswe fa video no to so enkofo na no no mo kasa no adanti na wo mani mama maybe this is not the full video but full video no ma audience no hu omo sa o and what kasa no ka yasema yefo aso a ka beti nsembo that's one anameboa ka beti senkofo bi bo mo nsem ben nsembo ankoso adantira mibisa. But then again, another statement about where your petition a free a man for me a doctor for say the General Assembly and National Executive Council of the Ghana Medical Association through the General Secretary Ghana Medical Association GMA House Kolebu. Dear Dr. Dent, petition for the removal from office of the President of the Ghana Medical Association Dr. Frank Siribo. What was he into that yes so? Nanisem no bekaino and you mujina no was say I write to inform you of my intention of moving a motion for the removal of from office of the President of the Association Dr. Frank Siribo at the annual General Assembly meeting in Ho in accordance with Article 2.3 of the GMA Constitution. In line with Article 233, the stated charges for its removal are as follows. Number 1, unilaterally issuing a statement without recourse to the National Executive Council or the General Assembly in announcing the non-participation of the association in organized labor's strike against illegal mining and its devastation, health and environmental effect. Charge edi kind no. Say one more free ni pem eba abonten edi abetu dwa say GMA emfa ne ho engi strike ni mo. Oso oni obi anto ato adwen ono afri ni pem na yesa. Krata yi di otwe ye agina so edi aka say yentu na de so. De etoso mienu. The above action brought the association into disrepute in the eyes of the general public and made the association appear duplicitous in the eyes of well-meaning Ghanaians, given our previous position on illegal mining. Was it where you dana you see here edify illegal mining one? Sa semia Dr. Siribo, Frank Siribo de Betuga, wabra one consort to Obiano. Ama for buya nimutia, ama for being a dreamy edia fire home. Sa said ye nim dia ye. Eti wogina sa same way so I catch a council and say yentu Dr. Frank Siribo adeso. So omudi sia na nature na nkasa ayu omedi. Omo yes omo ye jandam na ade krunkrum bi no ada omo to adi. Eno na ekoso no. So ebra Frank Siribo ba abonten ebeka say adokota fo no form ho enje strike no. omo go for ni bi say yempam no na de ekos wono no eti na labor unions ye se mu be ye nhyiamu wo krata ye amani aboso a me be kenkan bi e de akire tiefo ene ahwefo ene se mu ye nhyiamu a nothing else is expected of you than se mu gina dada na amwasi na yes e wo mu se o how beba e wo mu se ahokire beba but ahokire ne o how na ye fam sabre no e chen no ahokire ne o how a ye fam no e chen say ye won kwada o ma ye deformed say ye nsuo nyina ni ahono ye kwaye nyina akọ ebedu dabi na sabre kura asase amanfo asase o mu kra nsuo edi firi amanone ye de gadamse nsuo na ebu asu ye de gadamse nsuo ana ye acheke ye de gadamse nsuo ana enu aduane gadamse nsuo ye ani ahoni enu abi na nsuo nam yi womo eti sa ko nsuo nam restauranta anya pure water ana nsuo bi a ya kra firi amanone ene ye de ba ye aduane ama o eye gadamse nsuo ye bia ene ye de ba ye aduane ama o eti obi anya free sa what kind letter ya organized labor atwe ya was say would like to invite you to organize labor leadership meeting scheduled for Wednesday 9th October 2024 at the TLC conference hall at 2 p.m. etiana we abrem 2 p.m. and organized labor beba beche se strike no be kwaso china na se enkwaso china woni ya tetie ye mpese be kwakwa bibi foforo ene ntre ha na omo bobo no mamu mane hunahuna mo obi antimu nyam foko e wo mamu ha obi antimu nyam hwe te se gi okpani ya e ma na pamni gi okpani ya ne pani ndi anya fa e ma na betu dade asui gi okpani ya na no no wo keme a e ma omudi dwa e wo kumase e na de dwonso pam no yi ne ntre ha ya wo boy antimi nya obi ahwe mo obi ansuro was said your mercy wura eye ma associations awoduo mu a mo tonkofo adwen mo amo soro no mo na wo se mo che panindie etienne mo nyina brane na mo nsi nkete wo Ghana di mo ma me fro ne mra bato onsense mu na fe me de menua obrempon abankomonim wa bra wono so ebe kire ye ensem bi eno so ahia na ma me yentum kan yenko His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na so e nanu a Nigeria former president Goodluck Jonathan eni ni chia ye no eno ya nso wone Jin Mensa easy boss ekohia ye na enhyemu na Goodluck Jonathan ene president Mahama chia no enkomoni bi ekoso no eno ni etie
issues that brought us. As the Secretary of the West African Elders Forum mentioned, the purpose of the West African Elders Forum is to see how we can bring tension down in the sub-region. ECOWAS, of course you know very well, being the key leader of ECOWAS, is one of the sub-regional bodies that is well respected. Even SADC respect ECOWAS. But we're not immune to conflicts, and we've seen that there are a lot of conflicts in the continent and conflicts in ECOWAS. And most of the conflicts are related to elections, and that's why we are placing so much emphasis on the elections. And when we set up the West African Elders Forum, it was, how many years ago? 2020. 2020. We believe that when elections are coming up, we don't want to wait until at the end of the elections and when there are major conflicts before you step in to mediate. And we feel that we should prevent crisis from even coming. So we visit countries before the election and we also come during the election. During the election, we are not playing the key role. We'll observe the election, but we are not playing the key role of election observers. But we are there to mediate, to make sure that elections are done properly, to follow the regional and national protocols guiding elections, and where it's necessary for us to mediate, we mediate.
Okay.
So that parties don't really...
Very well. Former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan and Altaining Kano. Also, by a bang, yes, ye be sure about was okay. No, ye be sure na se entawantawa bi wo ho a e betimi di ntokwa ne basabasa ye bi aba no ye di kan si ho kwan e na fe so ye behwe se de be ya enhyehyɛ ye wo ye West Africa ye nyina ya gye atum enhyehyɛ ne mra ye nyina ya gye atum no ye behwe se mu nyina mu di so no nti eno maba no na president Mahama eduru ne breso a wo kasa no ensema hodo a abeya akwansidie a wo susu se ya nya ho bibi wa bra ye kwoto aba no odan ni nyina di hwe ni nyina agu wa bra na Goodluck Jonathan etene nchen yetie no.
We all want a peaceful election, but a peaceful election is predicated on the groundwork and the preparation that is done before the election. I'm sure that if we get everything right in the lead up to the election, then the election will be peaceful and successful. But we are committed to a peaceful election, and we believe that if we cooperate with each other, especially with the EC that is supposed to be the neutral arbiter and umpire, we should be able to get it right again.
So President John Dramani Mahama no wabra no so de na no disem etujabade ba ko so hunu ne se NDC amanyoku asem ba ko a wamaso ya nhwe ye betimi di ohaw kese aba de wadi kan dia to isi nanima isi na sie se wotu ho anamon se abato nwoma no proye wom nkofo dia pepa frim nkofo ayeni ba bi omo register omo dia piem nkofo nso a omo register wo police station bi no ya ma omo din so de ko ba bi foforo a omo ni ekwan kura saa de ne bai omo de sansem ni nyina akoto abato commissioner nanim abato commissioner se wodi wuduma President Goodluck Jonathan, former Nigerian president, ekoshi ama meji mensa woni ni di hu komo omo di komo edefa ECOWAS enhyehyɛ no ho ene sɛdeɛ mama wodo ɛhyɛ ECOWAS ase agye ne nyina atum ene hia sɛ wɔsɛ san hyehyɛ no yɛdi so fa picture no to so na yɛhwɛ nhyiamu no ene sɛdeɛ si kɔɔyɛ ene nkɔmɔdidie no sɛdeɛ na ne nyina esi kɔ eti ɔne maame gye mensa na te wɔ no abato komisa ahweyɛ ena dwumadie yi ɛkɔ so eti according to Goodluck Jonathan ne kasa wɔka ene kyerɛ President Mahama no enu abi no ɔka de kyerɛ ɛyɛ maame gye mensa so mo ne nya aba no mo ba bɛhwɛ so kɛkɛ bɛnu ma bi abɛyɛ ntawontawa ebetimi di ɔhaw ne amane ɛde aba daakye bi no ene ya akwanya no wɔ hɔ enkomo no sɛdeɛ sitie bia no yɛni na yɛ wakwan bi a yɛbetimi asi ano a yɛsi ano saa bere yi eti wohwɛ the next picture na me yɛ sure say abato komisa panyin no ɛma ensɛm na NDC amaso ɛne ne ɔmo yɛ sɛ de bɛyɛ abato nwoma no bɛyɛ kroje wabra yɛ kɔto aba no ɛso bonso picture no baako ama ɛyɛ pink sheet no baako so a wɔde kyerɛ adan na di wotie EC ɔmo advert no dodo na wɔse political parties no sɛ mo ɔma no ho bɔ anase mo pese mo bɔ mo ma ho banya ɛyɛ pink sheet no ne ɛma no nso aso ebesi ɛwɔ police station wɔ no ɛhɔ na wɔsɛ mo ma mo ni kɔ na obiara ni bibi obetumi awi abanim me yɛ sure sɛ saa asɛm no nso wɔka kyerɛ Goodluck Jonathan wabere mo kyiaeɛ etwa picture obiara so kɔ ne baabi paa basabere die Ghana for hwehwɛ ɛne sɛ abato komisa ɛbɛyɛ ne bibia in a way a ɛbɛma gidi abanimu Goodluck Jonathan eba at a time Ghana for dan na di say wo mu ni gidie e wa abato komisa mu Goodluck Jonathan aba at a time Ghana for hwe animu say abato komisa no be ye ne noma yie se de be ye abato nsunsu aso no agituma bibia betuma ye akoye kama e de amaye eti na de course no yes amra back to the biggest story of the day ye labor union omunhia mu a e ba be koso awiabre mu no mienu nansa na nhyiamu yi be koso no Dr. Frank Srebo of Ghana Medical Association ede betu dwa se womo no strike no omo fo mo njim saa na eda ni dura omo be solidarize amanfo so omo GMA nso atwe krata se yentu Dr. Frank Srebo yentu du free baby owo no yenyina di yempam no na wonsem fata fi se saa asem no obekan no enye omo gina ye no Dr. Thomas Anaba kane no ye CEO ewo eye Rich Hospital and as a Greater Accra Regional Hospital ye kwa ne chen na ye ni eni komo Dr. Thomas Anaba ye mo ache mo akwa aba
Yes, so Michiao. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning to you, Doc. Etiefoni ahwefonso eda asese wa Japan ese woni e bekasa. Sa nkomo ye ekoso efa mo Ghana Medical Association wi. Ehin fa na members ni nyina gina. Eye no kure se nhyiamu bi kɔ so. Ma Dr. Frank Srebo eji adwenkyere no dodo na akire se eda na strike ne bekɔ so no the way eye indefinite no ebetimi de ohawaba. Eti mo dia ne se mo be solidarize eye no kre sa asem no obeka no
meda wati the brain yes one say your president me president beba be tro crack away on behalf of all doctors in Ghana for my own knowledge meeting dia and Faso regarding taking of that decision Yahoo latest development and communiques issued by Srebo saying that Yentimi accepted expanded medical training to other universities, which was a unilateral decision. This time, there was an activity that is an existential threat to our life, a threat to our existence, Galamsey, that even people are doctors, other labor unions, doctors, the way Galamsey affects human body, say, where they damage a man anti yenjai. Na Dr. Penny, the leader of the medical association, they are only the consequences of Galamsey more than any other person to the human body. What throw unilateral letter in representation of all doctors without consultation that we are not part. Me obiara in Ghana say me strike. Me strike because me strike ever ha amount for omo life. Yes, say using negotiation. But the calamity is a threat to our life, including myself, including his three boy himself. Toxic levels in vegetables is increasing due to Galamsey. Toxic levels of our water is increasing because of Galamsey. Very soon we may have to import water. So, which doctor in Ghana would agree that we should allow Galamsey to go in? If teachers who don't understand, excuse my language, the importance or the effect of Galamsey on the human body are saying that it's a threat to their life, how can a leader of the doctors say that no, we won't support any strike or we won't support any action against indiscriminate mining in Ghana? I think Srebo has gone too far with his behavior. 2015, this was the gentleman who called for a strike and dared the government just because of allowances. When we were begging him to stop it, now there's an existential threat not only to GMA, but to all Ghanaians. Is it because it is to all Ghanaians and he has money to buy pure water and distill water to drink? He is not concerned. When it concerns him and that his allowance were not met, he wanted us to go on strike. Today, there's a threat to eliminate all Ghanaians, and he's saying that no one should demonstrate against it. I think Srebo has crossed the red line, and the call for his resignation is up, or else Ghanaians will see we doctors as not being sympathetic to them, including ourselves, because the vegetables they bring from the gold mining areas, the cocoa, the oranges, the banana, the plantain, and the fish they bring from those areas are all contaminated, and we are all consuming it. We are having children being born without limbs, some being born without some organs, women getting abortions all the time because of contamination of our rivers and indiscriminate mining. The forest is being depleted. Rain pattern has changed. And Srebo sits there and writes a letter on his own, a press release on his own, saying that we doctors have dissociated ourselves from a demonstration. I am not in favor of demonstration, but this demonstration is a life-saving demonstration for all of us. It is not only for medical doctors issues that you should go on demonstration. It should be issues concerning national interest. If you join to do a demonstration, You can still do a demonstration wearing a red band and working in the hospitals. That does not mean that you have abandoned patients. After all, the Galamsey is bringing more patients to the hospitals than we treating them. But I am not surprised. You see, there are a group of people in Ghana who I think should have been the first people to show leadership. We have seen in the UK that when Boris Johnson was misbehaving, his own cabinet members resigned to demonstrate that they were not in support of him. We have Council of Elders, Council of State members who are quiet on this. I think they are there to advise the president and do the right thing. It is high time we see some of the Council of State members, just like the members of the cathedral resign, members of board of the cathedral resign. We want to see some members of the Council of State coming up telling the president in his face to do the right thing or resign and leave the president alone.
But
or else I will also consider that some of them are the cause of some of these things, because they should have called the GMA president and Council of Elders to also tell them the truth. They are too quiet.
Doc, and area Jamu Kassiabi, Ebekoso, organized labor, Belgium. Now, come on, money are binding, you know. Omaba dine Eddie, what I say, striking Bekoso, and I say, and Koso. And then I will share and say, organized labor and can't say Ghana for. Should they call off the strike or strike them, Russell?
Organized labor, I am advising them to go on the strike to let this government understand that the very way they are saying that this issue is because bipartisan issue. We had bipartisan issue with e-levy, it was passed. So they shouldn't bring any party into this. Organized labor should go on the strike to tell this president and his government that they are not the only people who can rule Ghana. They are not the only people who can think about Ghana. If they are giving them the military, the police, the security to ensure our safety, and the president is forced to do it, if he's not ready to do it, then we have to demonstrate against him. So
but Doc, some of them are being threatened. For instance, organized labor for a war, a year Gihawk. Omo boss about Montia because woman nim na strike daddy drew no more yes or more tenefia obey you medi. And you also hear Kwame Japan so our national TV show workers a Galamsey in Komoi a NDC for now woman as and papa bia catch Ghana for Makomema and 7 swore. When you are in an environment like this, a month for to normal be say, Guma, what you say, strike be sano, a bit about Koswama, Bibi Papa be every maba.
Oh, you see, all those excuses, Gihawk, how many are the people in Gihawk? And what are the procedures to sack somebody from work? Every worker has the right to demonstrate. It is a right enshrined in our constitution. And the boss there cannot sack anybody because the company does not belong to him. If he sacks everybody, then can he run the company? He has done more frivolous things in the company by buying bottles that are substandard and they've thrown them to waste. He is the one rather to be sacked. Kwame Japan is playing politics. Now saying that it's NDC people who have done it. Can't you arrest the NDC people who are doing it? They are in government. When NDC said they shouldn't pass e-levy, didn't they pass it? So they should go ahead and do what they want to do. So I think that this is not politics. This is about our life, our survival. And organized labor should not step down. And the GMA should come out and tell us that their leader, Tiripo, is playing too much politics with that position. I thought he was only playing politics and tribalism because Mahama perhaps was not his favorite. But this case is about all of us, our lives, even including the president. The president's life is at stake because contamination of water, one day they may get contaminated water for him to drink and it will cause him harm. They may bring contaminated vegetables for him to eat and it will cause him harm. So I think GMA must stand up to the president, and then organized labor must tell government whether you like it or not to go to strike. That was what Kwame Nkrumah did and got us independent. So we are in support of organized labor and I'm in support of them. We have to revive what Kwame Nkrumah did. Positive defiance. If the president refuses, we do positive defiance. We stop work and demonstrate that we run the country, but we have just given him the leadership to lead us. If he's leading us astray, we'll make sure we put him to the right track.
Dr. Thomas Anabay, Medo say, any obra, when you may, Dr. Thomas Anabay, can I see you? ɛwɔ Greater Accra Regional Hospital ɔyɛ Ridge Hospital here the President Mahama Sidi fɛfɛɛfɛ phase 2 no aban we ba wagya atoɔ no wɔn ebi no adwuma ni yɛ wagya atoɔ wɔwia no abɛgyina na wɔyɛ ntoatoa wonim na kɔ strike mɛpa mo de ɔmo nim ya no meyɛntie yɛnua brempɔn we wabra yɛde tonton sansan ne bɛtoɔ yɛnua brempɔn yɛ kra do wabra aka na kakra bi a yɛkɔto aba ɛnɛ baabi ɔde yɛ fɔ dɛ sononko nano Mahama penso ne wakatua yɛ sɛi woyɛ sɛ wode akatua no bi kwadwom a ɛnɔma sɛ nana no wotumi de tɔ ɛnɛmmerɛ mi wakatua no ɛyɛ sɛi woyɛ sɛ wode kwadwom a ɛnɔma sɛi ɛna ɛtumi de tɔ ɔbrempɔn yɛ kra do wɔde yɛ bɛwu.
Thank you for staying tuned. PENDREAM TV really appreciate your time during this hour. Please, if you have not subscribed as a new member, please do so for us. Hit the notification bell for more updates. Like and also share to other members to watch as well. You can also leave a comment after watching. Thank you. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe so that anything that comes your way, you'll be the first to see it or hear it. Thank you.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.